So basically, mother lies to daughter for entire adult life that she is severely disabled so that she can't leave the house until daughter kills mother and is now in prison.
Word.
Thank you for tuning into Lurkers,
The only podcast
where a real-life couple
discusses the internet's top relationship problems
every week.
We are your hosts,
Lily
and Rafi.
It's time to get real.
Okay.
Back in action.
We're back in action. Live, episode 5, feeling fine. Thank you guys for tuning in this week. This week we have 2 juicy, and a lot more lighthearted relationship advicees. We're advising the relationships in a much more lighthearted way this week is what I was trying to say.
Indeed we do. For our first topic, we discuss a man who fell in love with his escort. And wow, it is a harrowing tale.
It is a full tale.
I am still trying to wrap my head around.
Grab your back box of tissues, ladies and gents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. In both senses, you gonna need those tissues.
Don't say that. No, don't. And the second topic is about someone who wants to leave his parents.
He wants to break up with his parents, basically. He wants to say thank you next to his parents, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what you got coming up in this week's podcast. And thank you for tuning in once again.
Yes.
Follow us on Instagram at the Lurkers Podcast. Follow us on all your favorite streaming platforms. And yeah, let's just start the podcast. So, episode 5.
Episode 5. We are live. At recording episode 5 at 5:55. We are now live.
Oh.
No, it's 5:56, but we like that alignment.
When you said it, it was true. I peeped. As it should be. I don't know what the numerology stance on what just happened was, but it feels like it's going to be a good episode.
I'm going to look it up.
That's my interpretation.
Alright.
Yeah.
Here's some numerology for y'all. The meaning of 555 is to stay positive, confident, and aware of everything that happens within your inner being. No matter what life throws at you, the most important thing is your state of being. The truth is that your state of being creates your circumstances, and not the other way around.
Hello, my name's Kunwani, and we'll be attempting the longest cheer boy ever.
I think that's a fitting start to whatever we're about to indulge in. That's gonna be hopefully a tone setter for this week's episode, because last week's episode was a little real, to say the least. If you haven't listened yet, you're fake and nobody likes you. No, I'm kidding. If you haven't listened yet but you're listening now, you're a real one. You can always listen at some other point. But yeah, last episode 4, things get a little real. That's probably the most powerful topic we've had.
Yeah, and
so far,
definitely
or
the
just
hardest.
Most genuinely concerning.
Mm-hmm. And the only one that I would say was hard to get through.
Yeah.
Here we are, episode 5, feeling alive, feeling fine, coming in with good vibes.
Hell yeah. You already know. Friday night.
Yes, it's Friday night. We're recording a little bit later than we usually do. My campus quarantine just got lifted an hour ago. Yee, so you know the kids gonna be getting wild tonight, even though they're still not technically supposed to. But we in the studio working on our fitness.
I'm the witness.
Alright.
Oh, we should probably do the disclaimer.
Yeah.
Before we jump into it. Disclaimer, y'all. anything that we say on this podcast is merely for entertainment purposes. Neither Lily or I are licensed professionals in any way, shape, or form, but we do have two brains as humans, and we communicate with each other to try and talk through these problems. And if you take those conversations as advice, then that is on you.
And this advice is unsolicited, so take what as you may. I don't know what that says about us as people, but I don't know. At least we're not diving into real life tea. I mean, this is, but you know, keeping it drama free in our personal lives as much as possible.
Doing our darndest.
Doing our darndest. All right, let's just jump into it.
Yeah.
The top post this week in r/relationship advice was posted by user throwra_j123. It has 1,822 upvotes, and the title is I'm 40 male in love with an escort, 25 female.
She pop and she roll and she rolling. And
I'm in love with a stripper.
Alright, so the post reads, 8 years ago, my wife passed away and I had a difficult time coping. Eventually, I tried online dating but went nowhere. I started seeing an escort and she was amazing. We really connected on an emotional as well as a physical level. I've seen her at least once a week for the past 5 years. I feel like we've grown close over this time and she's opened up to me as well. She's told me her real name, and I've been to her actual condo. She's told me her reasons for becoming an escort. We talk about her family, and I've even taken her on vacation several times. We text daily, we've talked about her school and her career, and this is what's messing me up. I feel a strong connection, but I also realize it's her job, and I'm paying her. The problem for me is that she's now done school and is ready to move back home to begin her career and quit being an escort. She told me all this during Christmas. She bought me a PlayStation 5 for Christmas. What the She said it was a thank you for being a great client all these years, and she said she is gonna miss me. She said that even though I was a client, I always made her feel special. She said she is gonna miss venting to me and appreciated me always listening to her. She said she is planning on making the move this spring. I'm mentally preparing for it, but I don't know if I can handle it. I think I'm in love with her. I want to tell her this. I want to tell her I love her and she means everything to me. I really think she has feelings too, but I don't know. Maybe she's really good at her job. It's probably a long shot, but I'd love to be in a real relationship with her. Hell, I'd even relocate with her. Should I tell her I love her? I'm 40, no kids, I don't have a lot of close friends, all I have is my career. What do I have to lose? I don't know. Then again, if this is all just a part of her job as an escort, I don't want to make her feel awkward. TLDR, in love with an escort. She's quitting and moving away. Do I tell her my feelings?
Damn. Yo, she bought you a PS5. You better tell her you love her. You kidding me? Are you kidding me? Yes, yeah, bro, do you understand how hard it is to get a PS5? And she did that for you.
Yeah,
at least,
damn.
At the very least, if you tell her she loves you, she's obviously not going to be like, oh, well, damn, I'm never going to talk to you again, you weirdo. Like, she bought you a PS5. It's not just the part of an escort's job. Are you kidding me?
That's a fact. That's real. And also, like, she's moving away anyway. Like, what do you have to lose? Like, what do you have to lose?
He said he has nothing to lose.
Exactly. So, like, friggin', I don't know. Because she's obviously not just trying to come at you for your money and genuinely values you as a person and, like, has an interest in your interests and cares about those interests because the girl got you a PS5. Like,
it's a fact. That's crazy.
I'm sorry. Okay, I think... Should we take the PS5? Actually, I feel like the PS5 can't be taken out of the equation because what would our reaction be if the PS5 was not in the equation right now?
Ship it. Ship it anyway.
Ship it.
Like, what do you have?
Yeah.
Like, he said it, you said it, I'm saying it. what do you have to lose? Like,
Facts.
she, at the very worst case scenario, like, you probably want this person as a friend, like, to converse with, since
Yeah.
you seem to genuinely care about their emotions, and like
And
admit
it's like,
that.
yeah, and it's like you're 40. Like he said, he has no kids. He doesn't have a lot of close friends. All he has is his career. Like, if this woman has been a genuine, like, source of connection for you for 5 years, like, why not ship it? Like, just ask. Like, there's no harm. Like, obviously, don't be pushy or, like, stalk her after the fact, but, like, just send the line out. Like, lay it out. Write her an old-fashioned letter. That's my first Prussian advice, is an old-timey letter.
An old-timey letter.
That way, because I bet even, like, I don't know, I feel like there's no way to receive an old-timey letter illy. So, like, worst case scenario, she just, like, keeps it as, like, a sweet little memento of her time as an escort.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, personally, I was gonna say, like, call her before she leaves. Maybe, like, try and see her in person. But an old-timey letter, or you could see her in person and just be like, I want to hang out, and then you slip her the letter towards the end. And then you, like, you look at her and you have, like, dramatic music playing in the background. And as you hand her the letter, you look her in the eyes and you tell her that that letter came from the heart. And then Kenny G is gonna come in, and he's just gonna materialize in the room and start playing the sexiest sax riff
Yeah.
ever. Hell yeah. You're gonna be cooking with oil and water at that point, basically. The heat is going to be electrified.
Snap, crackle, pop. So a little bzz.
And if that doesn't work, then, you know, SL. And you move on.
SL.
Because such is life.
Yeah.
And it is much better to take your shot and say, well, I took the shot and missed, rather than thinking about for the rest of your life, I could have taken the shot and I didn't. And so not only did I not make the shot, I didn't even get a chance to take the shot. So you don't want that. Regret sucks. Live your truest life.
True.
I agree with that. I don't know, just from personal experience, I think taking a shot is always a good look. What's the Michael Jordan quote? You'll miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
I think that's like a Wayne Gretzky quote, or maybe Michael Scott.
Oh.
I don't know, one of those.
It was in my high school gymnasium. Obviously, it honestly was probably a hockey player, not a basketball player. I don't know. I thought it was Michael Jordan, but
I really don't know. There's a lot of people that got attributed that quote. But yeah, hit him with the Carfax, Lily.
Just say, show me the Carfax.
oh my god, I'm confused because the internet says it's Wayne Gretzky and Michael Scott.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's from The
okay.
Office.
So, yeah, well, no. It's by Wayne Gretzky,
Yeah.
but Michael Scott also quoted it.
Yeah. Either way, those are two harbingers of truth, and they should be listened to at any given opportunity.
Oh my gosh, one of the top comment has like stars and is glowing. I've never seen this before.
Oh, you got awarded. Do you want to read it?
The top comment with 3.1k upvotes is by Kirat NYC. This one has a wholesome seal of approval award, a keep calm award, a helpful award, and a starry award. And the starry award is what's making it glow. And Kirat says, "Hi, former sex worker here. As awkward as it can be, I think because in this case she's moving back home, you might as well be honest with her. But personally, I don't think I'd want a client to straight up tell me they were in love. I'd phrase it more as a, quote, I realize you're very special to me, and if you're interested as well, I'd love to try dating for real, or something along those lines. Just be prepared for the possibility of rejection. Escorts and sex workers are very, very good at making people, especially good clients, feel appreciated, and her actions, like the PS5, could be literally just that. I have heard of stories of girls falling in love with clients, and as rare as it is not impossible. I wish you the best, OP.
That's it.
Yeah.
Ease Locks responded to that comment and said, I completely agree with this comment as a fellow sex worker and escort. Our lives and work revolve around making people feel liked and cared for, and while I understand it can be hard to differentiate what's work and what's real emotion as a customer, it is very important to keep in mind that this is work for us, and presumably her as well. But do tell her, she's moving after all. But put it in a much better way than I'm in love with you and I want a future with you. Fair.
Facts, old-timey letter. Old-timey letter. I'm saying it and I'm saying it again. Old-timey letter.
Yeah. That sounded more and more like the best option at this point.
Okay, and then a lot of the following comments are unrelated and people arguing amongst themselves about a topic that's entirely unrelated. Do you want to look at the controversial comments, maybe?
Oh, no. Hell yeah, though.
I can read this one. This is by Mokekwa de Perigo. I definitely mangled that. And this one received a Take My Energy award. They say, this is risky. Escorts are literally professionals at using their charms to get money out of men. The really good ones don't solely rely on the physical and will intellectually and emotionally engage, in particular by making a guy feel like he's special and not like the others. You don't need any kind of degree to be an escort, but that doesn't mean that they are going to be crude or stupid. They may be as smart or smarter than you. Also, you describe yourself as a real introvert. She probably has much better social skills than you do. Don't underestimate her. She's no doe in the woods looking for a rescue, although she highly likely tries to look like one because a lot of guys absolutely can't help themselves around that kind of act. Is it possible that everything she said is God's honest truth, including that you make her feel special? Absolutely. At the end of the day, they're people too with their own wants, feelings, emotions, and cares. Plus, getting you a PS5 for Christmas is no small feat that's hard to ignore. She might be a really good person with a good heart. Or not. Maybe everyone else will tell me I'm an idiot and downvote me, but I'm a big proponent of being bold, and nothing ever happens unless you're willing to take a chance. So I'm going to say shoot your shot and tell her that when she retires, you'd like to ask her on a proper date. But first, you've got to make sure you've considered the following. 1. It will probably be harder to build trust with her. 2. The dynamic of how you met may cause trouble or resentment in the relationship down the road from either your end, her end, or both. 3. You're going to need to worry about STDs. In particular, condoms don't protect against genital herpes. If you get that, it's a total showstopper since you're going to have to tell any future partner about it. Frankly, this is what I'd be most worried about. 4. She's probably a lot savvier about getting what she wants than you are. She will probably dominate any such relationship. 5. A lot of sex workers tend to suffer from real psychological problems, including how they view and use sex. If you're willing to take these risks, then go ahead. I'm not trying to dissuade you, rather just saying keep your eyes open. You're already in love with her, so your judgment is already colored. Just make sure you think with your big head, too. This is risky as and I personally wouldn't do it, but it doesn't take a genius to see that you're going to do it anyway. So that being what it is, good luck and Godspeed. Let's hope for a positive update in the future.
That was
Damn,
so
judgy.
Like, why is this man being so adversarial? Like, he clearly just said, like, yes, sure, he's in love, so he does have rose-colored lenses on. I agree with that. But, like, this man's entire comment was effectively just, like, putting down escorts and, like, being not only judgy towards them, but just, like, viewing them as his adversary. And it's like, yo, like, he clearly views this person as a friend at this point. Because at the end of the day, yes, you could say all of this about any type of person. Like, everybody can be psychologically messed up. Everybody can be, have better social skills than you.
And also, like, people who seek escorts are probably equally messed up as the escort themselves, if that's if we're gonna make assumptions about people, but, like...
Yeah, there's no need to, there's no need to make assumptions about people. Like, this comment is incontroversial because it's, like, just rude. It's, like, yes, bro, you're jaded as, like, you're not stupid, Mareka de Perego. You're just jaded as hell. Like, yeah, a lot of people can be awful. You're correct. And yeah, sure, you should be cautious around people, but like if you're gonna let that hold you back from taking the risks that life has to offer, because it could be the best thing that ever happened to you and you're gonna miss out just because you automatically assume that it's gonna suck, then damn.
Bro, couldn't be me.
That's not a great way to live, and like I personally disagree. But what are your thoughts?
I agree with you. I totally agree that he should just send it. He commented back. I don't want to give this man any more airtime, honestly.
Yeah, basically he just continues to spew misogyny, or begins to truly spew misogyny, as opposed to the lightly veiled version he was commenting in the first place.
Do you want to read the comment by Welding Guy 76? That's under that thread.
Yo, wait, what? Okay, so this comment by you / welding guy 74 says, dude, you seem really, really, honestly, really creepy. Even though you didn't say it, you scream sexual predator. She wants to move on to another part of her life, but just because she was a booty call, you can't let go. I've never even paid for sex, so this is purely an outsider view. But how do you not see how she scammed you? It's like those as seen on TV products, $29.95 per week, and if you act now, she will actually care and show you emotion for a limited time only. Seriously and honestly, please get help. It was a business, and you wanted to make it personal, and I fear if she does reject you, you will become the stalker you are planning on being with those whole relocate for her line. Bro.
This guy,
Bro.
he seems like the creep.
Yeah. He seemed that
like,
sounded like a lot of projection. Yeah. Also, if I get scammed but I end up with the PS5, then I'm not complaining. I'm sorry. Like, I call my brain tiny and simple, but if I go online and somebody quote unquote scams me and I end up with the PS5, how mad can I really be? Especially considering the fact that I've been trying to get a PS5 for like months. It's fine. I'm over it. I gotta let go of the PS5.
Well, there was actually an update to the post.
Oh?
Yeah. I wanted to wait before I told you, but I found the update.
Oh.
So the original update got removed by the moderators of r/relationship advice. I'm not sure why, but it got reposted in the top comment directly by him.
Oh.
You ready?
Yeah.
Here's the update from OP. So I told her how I felt. We had another amazing time this weekend. We were cuddling in bed and looking at potential homes for her when she moves back. She seemed very excited about her future. At this point, I wasn't going to say anything. She seemed so excited about her future that I didn't want to ruin the moment. As we're about to fall asleep, she said that she's going to miss this. I asked her to explain, and she said she's going to miss snuggling with me, miss my massages, hair play, and chatting and hanging out in bed. So then I told her. I told her how amazing a person she was and how I was excited for her future too. I said that she positioned herself to get everything she wanted out of life. I thanked her for everything she has done and how important she had been to me over the years. I said I have developed deep feelings for her and asked her if we can see each other once she retires. I asked her if I can take her out on a real date afterwards. Her response? I care about you too, but let's not complicate things right now and enjoy our remaining time together. She fell asleep shortly thereafter while I was up all night with my heart breaking. The next morning, I apologized for making things weird. She said it's fine and she understands and not to worry about it. She seemed to be taking this all so calmly and casually, like it didn't affect her at all. Meanwhile, I'm dying inside. Before I left, she recommended a friend of hers who is an escort that I can see once she retires. Ouch. This was Sunday. For the next few days, it was really weird. Usually we text all the time, she'd send me cute pics and stuff, but there was barely any communication. Then I receive an email. She tells me that I've been an important part of her life too, and that I've helped her grow throughout the years. She says that she has feelings too, but are unaware of what they are exactly. Somewhere along the way, the lines were blurred, and she said it was her fault for letting that happen. She doesn't want to explore those feelings because she has to move on with her life. She says it will never work because there are so many obstacles to overcome, mainly the fact that she will be living across the country. She says that she is open to being friends, but isn't even sure about that as it might complicate things. She suggested we take a break from seeing each other for a while. I replied and apologized again for making things weird. I told her that she was special, and I will support whatever she wants to do. Well, I am absolutely destroyed. I mean, I knew this probably wasn't going to end well, but I don't know how I'm going to get over this heartbreak. I don't know if I'll ever see her again. What am I going to do now? No one wants to be with a broken down 40-year-old man. For her, I am happy she is starting a new life. She will be successful in her new career, get married, and start a family. I was delusional to think that it could have been me. I want to thank everyone for the kind words and support. As for the ones with the negative comments or who have attacked me in my DMs, it doesn't matter to me. Nothing that you say can make me feel any worse than I already do. Maybe it's time for some professional help, or I should just go see that other escort.
Ah, that was brutal.
Can we pour one out?
That was brutal. But man took his shot, you know? That hurt. That hurt. I got the residual feels from that, but I'm proud of him for taking his shot. I will, just like first things first though, before I say anything else, I don't know if you should see that other escort, my guy. I do not think that is the next step. Oh my gosh. Oh, that is so brutal.
That's so upsetting.
Life can be brutal, and it can really suck. And if heartaches brought fame and love's crazy game, then you'd be a legend in your own name, you know? Like, damn.
Damn, indeed.
I've never seen The Notebook, but I feel like this feeling I have right now is how I feel after I watch it. I'm supposed to feel after I watch The Notebook. I can neither confirm nor deny that statement, but I stand by it.
I'm so sad.
I know. I know.
I'm so sad. I'm never going to recover from this.
I mean,
it sounds like they're never gonna talk again.
no, it sounds like things are weird right now, and she is distancing herself because, like, maybe she really did catch the feels. It was like, I cannot do this with this 40-year-old man who I'm about to move across the country from, which is a very logical and fair response.
I mean, to be fair, one thing I was also thinking about was the fact that she was 20 and he was 35 when they started seeing each other.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. This has been going on for 5 years.
Yeah.
If what she really wants to do with her life is move past this escort business, like, I absolutely respect her for this decision. Like, especially if she had feels. Like,
yeah. And she really is, like, at the start of her life, you know?
exactly.
And, like, he's been through a lot, like, I'm not baggage shaming, because, like, Rafi knows I got some,
We all do,
but, yeah, we all do, but still sad.
Wow. That was crushing events that just unfolded.
That was absolutely crushing.
Oh, wind absolutely ripped out of my sails. Jeez.
I'm sorry, I just learned that you can make an avatar on Reddit, and I just made an avatar.
You spent this whole time making your Reddit avatar?
I spent like 5 minutes making my Reddit avatar, don't shame me.
Yeah, I'm exposing
I'm
you.
sorry.
I'm leaving this in.
Do you see
Yes,
this? Isn't it
that
cute?
is
It's wearing a
adorable.
bunny t-shirt.
I see. It
Does
is
it look like me?
adorable.
It's crying, but it's smiling extra bright to hold everything together.
You're getting exposed. This is all going in. I'm leaving all this in.
Alright, Oh, you have to make one too so we can post on the Instagram. I'm sorry.
I have to make a Reddit. I'll do it after because I can't.
Okay, I'm sorry. This was inappropriate. This is inappropriate. I'm confirming. I'm closing the tab. We're done.
I agree. That was inappropriate.
I'm really sorry. I just because I was, as we were going through the comments, I was seeing all these avatars and I was like, wait, what? Like how? I'm sorry. I got really distracted.
Yeah, you gotta be kidding me. We're doing a podcast, Lily. We're doing a podcast. We need to focus.
Okay. We also don't have any user submissions this week either.
Yeah, y'all are hurting my feelings. It's like you don't want to talk to me.
Y'all are hurting. Like we said that we would give y'all a special surprise once we had a new user submitted question. And I know y'all listen to the podcast because I can see how many people listen to it. But use the SurveyMonkey link if you don't want us to know. Like, send us anything. There's no topic, like, too big, small, serious, silly. So, yeah.
I need to see some comments next time.
All right. So that being said, we're going to jump into the next one.
Let's just jump into it. So, for our second post of the day, we are covering a topic posted by u/throwra36796163. And he says, my parents want to follow me to college. Hey guys, so pretty much the title. I've been applying to colleges pretty far away from home. Recently, my father told me he wants to sell the house. Naturally, I asked him where he would plan on moving, and he said he was waiting to see where I got accepted. Honestly, part of why I applied far away was so I could get far away and start things on my own, in my own way. I know for fairness to myself, I should tell them, but I know that it would hurt them, and I feel bad. I am just unsure about how to go about the conversation, if I should go about it at all in the first place. And then he had 2 edits. The first one, he says, I feel like it's an important detail I left out. I'm applying for grad school. And then his second edit, he says, thanks everyone for the sound advice and help. I really appreciate it. To avoid being too repetitive in the comments, the hardest part is going about bringing it up and trying to keep everyone else's heads level. You all gave me so many great ideas on how to combat that. I'll be having a talk with them soon. Well, we haven't given you our advice yet, so edit 2 is a lie right now. So you're talking about sound advice. now you're about to get the sound advice. Yeah. What's your initial sound advice?
My initial advice is that's really rough, and I do think that applying for graduate school, I mean, I think either way, my initial impression would be the same, but especially since you're applying for graduate school, I definitely think that you just need to be honest with your parents and tell them exactly what you're saying in this post, that you really want to start your own path in life. And I think you can use that as an opportunity to show or express your maturity to your parents, because you're obviously a mature person for thinking about this so thoroughly and for not just having an initial emotional reaction to it. And this is something that, you're considering your parents' feelings, but at the same time, like, if you're ultimately trying to move far away so that you can really just start anew, I think that's something that your parents should respect. And that conversation may be hard and it may be tricky, but I'm sure at the end of the day, your parents will support you. And it may be a hard conversation, but it's a conversation that I think you need to have with them.
Yeah. You're going to grad school, so you're an adult now. You're doing adult things in an adult world. And one of those most important aspects of the adult world is honesty. Even though the last president may not have been too great at that. And a lot of the quote-unquote adults that were in his may not have fully agree with what I'm about to say, but like, honesty is so important and so valued. And I'm assuming your parents have sense. Like, yes, they want to be near you. You're their child. They love you. Maybe they're getting older and they're like, I want to be safe. But like, at the end of the day, if what you're doing is trying to carve out that path for yourself, the first step to doing that is carving out that path for yourself. Beginning that first initial curve, and this is the first hurdle. It's not going to be easy to create your own place in this world, but like if you want to, this is going to be a fundamental part. Otherwise your parents will be lashing onto you for everything if you can't tell them no.
Yeah, and to that point, I really agree with what everything Rafi just said, and I think it'll additionally be beneficial for your relationship with your parents in the long run. You know, because especially if they move and uproot themselves and are following you to college and you have resentment towards them for that, and that could really be damaging to your relationship, I think, versus you just being upfront and honest with them now and like maybe a few tears are shed, but honesty is an instrumental part in your relationship, especially for something like this, because you don't want to allow resentment to breed between you and your parents, especially like you obviously do love them and care about their feelings, and I think your parents would appreciate your honesty more than anything else, as hard as it may be to hear.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to jump into the comments? The top comment is from Gordon F23, and OP did respond to this. Gordon says, just tell them. Stop worrying about hurting their feelings. You think it's better for them to sell their house and move across the country or world just because you don't want to hurt their feelings? Tell them. Quote, hey Dad, I'm really touched by the fact that you and Mom want to move closer to where I go to school. I really think I need to learn to be a bit more independent though, and I'd rather spend some time living farther away. I promise I'll be in touch and visit often. Fair. And then OP responded, that's fair. I know it can be a nice conversation, but I just worried they'd get too emotional and upset about it. I know I shouldn't worry about that, but it's hard not to. I just don't know how to bring it up organically. And then Gordon F. responded, quote, hey Dad, I was thinking about that conversation we had where you said you were thinking about selling the house, ... If they get emotional and upset, just don't let yourself get drawn into that energy. Stay positive, don't frown, don't get sad. Just smile and confidently say, you guys are so sweet that you want to live near me. That means so much to me that I have such loving parents. But obviously I really need to start to learn to live on my own even though I'll miss you guys. I'm just glad I have parents that raise me in a way that I feel confident enough to live independently.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Wow. I think that's beautifully put.
Yeah. Stop. All right. I'll take back the previous statement. Maybe that edit was the truth and he did get some sound advice from the comments. We are not the only ones with the sound advice.
And I don't know, also OP's hesitancy about their parents having a strong emotional reaction, like not being able to get through the conversation with them because their parents will be too emotional. I definitely think that that's, I don't know, I personally see that as a red flag, and I think at that point that could be a little bit narcissistic on your parents' part. And, you know, like, it's your life. Like, you have agency. Like, the fact that you have parents that love you so much that they're willing to change their entire lives and uproot their whole life just to follow you around, that's great, but also that's overstepping a little bit, especially since you're going to graduate school.
Yeah.
Because you going to graduate school, that's you. Like, you need to focus on you. That's time for you to, like Rafi said before, develop your sense of independence as an adult. And it's not time for your parents to still be twiddling their strings.
This ain't it, Chief.
I don't know what the hell that expression
Yeah,
was.
that sounds kind of not okay.
I'm sorry, apologies for that. But yeah, I think coming in with an attitude of confidence and positivity is your best bet.
Yeah. I couldn't agree more. And like and that's the thing, is like this really should be a positive thing. Like, your parents not only raised a child who could get through college and get into a grad school, and they still love him enough to want to support him while he's there, and move across the country, but like at the end, or her, yes, I'm sorry, I assume, but like at the end of the day, like, you're doing this for yourself, and it's a testament to what they've done. Like, if they do get sad and they're like, oh, you don't want to be with me, it's like, no, I love you and I care about you and I appreciate everything you've done for me, but like everything you've done for me is to get to this point, and that's being an independent person, and I'm ready to take that step now. And like, that's something that I don't know. I don't have kids, but like, if the rabbits Lily and I own just like could talk, and they were like, it's time for me to go outside now. It's time for me to be set free in the wild. You've raised me well enough. You've taught me how to dig. You've taught me how to eat things. Like I am prepped to be in the wild. Then hell yeah. Like, I would be so proud of
Okay,
that.
I'm gonna disagree because they would literally die. They are dwarf bunnies, and they were bred to be show rabbits. They would die within hours.
I know, but for the...
Rafi, I really appreciate the sentiment, but they would actually die. And as our younger bunny, is going through puberty right now, and she's an absolute terrifying menace, and I'm having to, like, deal with her on my own, which is hard too, because she usually like respects Rafi and kind of like walks all over me. But no, as badly as I would like to say yes if Rose asked to leave right now, because that's basically what she's doing, I still have to be like, nope, you are still baby. However, if Rose got accepted into graduate school, that would be a whole different story.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying like, if the Bunnos became like highly educated individuals and gained the ability to speak and decided that it was time for them to move on with their lives, like then yeah, like I couldn't stop them.
Hell yeah.
Entirely hypothetical though.
Oh wait, I have a maybe this is how you could start, like, bring the conversation up organically. Have a movie night with your parents and watch the Gypsy Rose Blanchard documentary together.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
No.
Gypsy Rose? You don't know about Gypsy Rose?
No, I do not know about Gypsy Rose. Educate the people on Gypsy Rose.
I could rant about Gypsy Rose, but alright, I'm gonna try to essentialize it down to like 15 seconds. So basically, mother lies to daughter for entire adult life that she is severely disabled so that she can't leave the house until daughter kills mother. And is now in prison.
Word. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that would be a good documentary to watch with your parents if you want them to.
Or what was that Munchausen thing we watched together?
Are you talking about the
Ari Aster?
Yeah, the Ari Aster.
Was
sure.
it Ari Aster?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. I mean, unless you're like actively.
That might be too literal.
If you're actively trying to like threaten your parents. Maybe watch one of those with them and then bring the conversation up. But I feel like if you're gonna like show them that and then try and have like a positive conversation afterwards, I don't know how positive that conversation's gonna be.
Yeah. Maybe that's not the best option.
I mean, it could work though. It could work. I don't know your parents' sense of humor.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. See you in a bit.
U/Big Wiener Demeanor says, I would tell them exactly what your boundaries for graduate school would be, whether they moved or not. We would only be talking on the phone once a week. We would only be having a meal once a month. You guys need to start living your own lives for you. Get some hobbies and follow your interests. I'm going to get out and start living my life, and I can't and won't do that if you follow me. If you try to, then I will move house and not tell you where I go. I am old enough, grown enough, and competent enough to live my own life. You have taught me the skills I need, so let me go use them. All relationships change over time, and ours needs to change now. I am no longer your little boy. I am an adult now, and as such, our relationship should transition to one as equals. Even if you follow me, our relationship will never be what it was, and that's a good thing. It means you did your job of raising an adult well. Yeah, that comment was very angry for like no reason.
That's definitely big wiener demeanor. That is definitely like some big wiener demeanor energy.
I feel like that was like small insecure wiener.
I feel like it's a joke.
Demeanor, yeah.
That either, for the sake of big wiener demeanor, I'ma hope that's a joke.
Yeah, same.
Like that's like when I would go and just like post on Red Pill. You know what I mean? Where it's like believable enough, but like still absurd.
Yeah.
Very fun hobby, by the way. Yeah. I would say if you want to make your parents cry.
Yeah, say that.
And to actually damage a relationship. Yeah, say that.
Yeah, you could say, like, all of those sentiments just 1,000 times nicer. And, like, but it seems like the hardest thing for him is, like, bringing it up and how to go about that. But you gotta power through. You gotta just say it.
Yeah.
You gotta just talk to them. You gotta just be honest. You say you want to grow. And you say you want to start your own life. Well, this is the first step. And the first step is often the hardest. But that's my final advice. You have any official advice?
Yeah. My official advice is have the conversation. Do it gently. Be positive. Be confident. Be a star.
I'm a star! A great big shining star!
And go shine in graduate school.
Beautiful.
Alrighty.
So, is
That was
that episode 2 in the books?
episode 2. That's episode 555, feeling alive in the books.
Oh, I meant it was that advice number 2, but yes. I speak. Yeah.
Thank you guys for being on this journey with us as we working through. I feel like we've got it pretty figured out now. Got our recording down and
Oh yeah.
our flow.
No, we're getting into it. We're sorting this out. We're becoming podcasters. Hopefully, I'm stuttering less. I apologize for all the amount of times I say and as I just did twice there. I'm working on
Rafi
it.
does the sound editing. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it's thrusting me into a whole existential crisis. I'm like, I really sound like this, and I really talk like that, and so it's a process of growth for both of us. I suck at talking. Lily's very well articulated, and smart, so I'm trying to get there.
I, however, would not have the strength to listen to my own voice repeatedly and edit, so shouts out Rafi.
Teamwork makes the dream work, you know what they say.
Teamwork do, yeah. I'd be bringing those pretty Instagram posts.
That's a fact.
Keeping the organization on fleek.
Fact.
Keeping those deadlines tight.
Facts.
I also apologize in advance for my my post last week where I called this podcast a WAP, a woke ass podcast. I'm sorry.
That was not bad.
I thought that was it was good in my head. I realized like the cringe is like 8,000, and I hate saying the word cringe because I feel like that's cringing on the top. That's the whole thing.
It was cringy, but it was cute because you did it.
Thanks. That's like me. That being said, subscribe to our podcast on all your favorite channels. Follow us on Instagram at the Lurkers Podcast. Let us know your thoughts, suggestions for next time. Please send us your questions either through the anonymous link that is in the show notes, or send us your thoughts and questions via our Instagram DMs. Slide on in there. Yeah, you want to wrap it out with...
Are we doing the thing? All right, we gotta do it first try. No second attempts here. No second attempts.
Right.
Are you locked in? Are you ready?
I'm locked in. I'm locked.
All right, lock. All right.
Have a great week, you lurking lays. See you next Sunday. Hey.
First try.
That was not bad. That was not bad at all.
Thank you for tuning into Lurkers.
The _1
And only
r/relationship advice podcast.